On completing the mausoleum which His present Majesty has had built in the tomb house, as it is called, it was necessary to form a passage to it from under the choir of St. George's Chapel. In constructing this passage, an aperture was made accidentally in one of the walls of the vault of King Henry VIII, through which the workmen were enabled to see not only the two coffins, which were supposed to contain the bodies of King Henry VIII and Queen Jane Seymour, but a third also, covered with a black velvet pall. On representing the circumstances to the Prince Regent, His Royal Highness perceived at once that a doubtful point in history might be cleared up by opening this vault, and, accordingly, His Royal Highness ordered an examination to be made on the first convenient opportunity. This was done the day after the funeral of the Duchess of Brunswick, in the presence of His Royal Highness himself, who guaranteed thereby the most respectful care and attention to the remains of the dead during the inquiry. His Royal Highness was accompanied by His Royal Highness the Duke of Cumberland, Count Munster, the Dean of Windsor, Benjamin Charles Stevenson, Esquire, and Sir Henry Halford. The vault is covered by an arch, half a brick in thickness, is 7 feet 2 inches in width, 9 feet 6 inches in length, and 4 feet 10 inches in height. It is situated in the centre of the choir, opposite the 11th Knight's stall on the sovereign side. On removing the pall, a plain leaden coffin, with no appearance of ever having been enclosed in wood, and bearing an inscription, King Charles 1648, in large legible characters, on a scroll of lead encircling it, immediately presented itself to the view. Neither of the other coffins had any inscription upon them. The larger one, supposed on good grounds to contain the remains of King Henry VIII, measured 6 feet 10 inches in length, and had been enclosed in an elm 1 or 2 inches in thickness, but this was decayed and lay in small fragments near it. The leaden coffin appeared to have been beaten in by violence about the middle, and a considerable opening in that part of it exposed a mere skeleton of the king. Some beard remained upon the chin, but there was nothing to discriminate the personage contained in it. The smaller coffin, understood to be that of Queen Jane Seymour, was not touched, mere curiosity not being considered by the Prince Regent as a sufficient motive for disturbing these remains. It may be right to add that a very small mahogany coffin, covered with crimson velvet, containing the body of an infant, had been laid upon the pall which covered King Charles. This is known to have been a stillborn child of the Princess George of Denmark, afterwards Queen Anne. The events described herein occurred on the 1st of April last.